We are going
Delia's
to
gonna tuck them back through
slowly.
dark roads until they're back in
Curious,
some middle
but
class,
purposeful.
lower end areas.
Okay.
Just very bland, and find them a place to change. Because this is not a good look right now.
Well, no, we're disguised.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you two are.
But the rest of these
I couldn't even disguise them if I tried right now. I only have two of them left.
So you guys
honestly,
go
I would
ahead.
probably try to lead them one by one back to the safe haven.
Let's just get out of the city.
We've got to go. We have to get out right now.
We're not with you guys.
I know. We're
Which
talking to
is
each other.
Alright,
scary.
so the
Yeah.
two of you make it down to
I'm gonna, as soon as before we get too far, I'm gonna cast message while we're still like in that alley, while there's nobody looking at us. I'm gonna cast message, assuming that people are within 120 feet of me.
okay.
Yeah,
We
because
can
I don't
have
have
done
to.
that
I don't have to
beforehand.
be able to see them. So I'm gonna cast message, and I'm just gonna tell. It's gonna go to Safine. I'm gonna tell Safine. Claudius and I are disguised. We're getting out of the city. Meet us outside the walls.
Like,
reply.
hell!
I'm sorry. I didn't know. I didn't know he would react like that.
Is you hear a sigh. How many? Do I have like 25 words basically?
I don't think it matters.
Okay. Tell Claudius he better arm himself because when I see him, he won't be so fortunate. We'll see you tonight.
Okay.
And we're gonna just eat. We're gone.
We're gonna yeet the terminology. Yes.
Yeah, change back into our normal clothes and then get
Right.
the fuck out.
No, we're not changing back.
Why
we
would
have
you
an
do
hour.
that?
We're getting out while we have this hour. We gotta leave.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting out. We're trusting them to bring our shit because,
Okay.
like, we've gotta go.
Yeah,
If they see you again,
we're
you're
definitely
dead.
doing that.
Alright. So you guys go ahead and the four of you, get back to Pine's Envy. And you just gather up your stuff and gather up your horses and go.
I would have led them through the very back
Right,
of this
yeah,
area
right.
in my secret way, and gone down to the front as they're getting their horses together, and looked at Dane and been like, "It's another one."
Well, best get going. You know when guard changes.
She's gonna pass him a gold and be like, "Peace with you, friend. Peace with you."
And
And
also
you.
with you.
I'll let you know if there's any other mail that comes in. And he just kind of nods and goes back to his work. And you
Mhm.
guys get the horses, and where do you convene?
I would take them outside the city gates and just in a. What is wrong? Oh, I
I was
was like,
looking at
Yeah,
the
we're
map.
gonna meet them outside the city gates. So.
in a very calm forest area away from.
In a very
The front.
heavily wooded area away from
Yes.
any kind of soldiers or.
So heading south out of Watervale, you will actually pass the quarry. So, like that's the
quarry.
yeah, like that's the
She would have found so that they can find them because she knows Remember's really good at tracking and stuff. They would have kept to the main road, but then as soon as there's like a little like way that they can get away, she's gonna take one of her headscarves, not a super colorful one, like more of a neutral one. She's gonna rip a piece off and she's gonna kind of tie it discreetly around a branch, and they're gonna go into the woods that way and
Okay.
find a place to kind of hide out
Okay.
so that they can find them later.
sounds good. So the two of you make it out into the woods without drawing much notice. Like there are some people working around the quarry that kind of like look up as the two of you just on foot are walking past off into the woods, but no one like stops you or questions you. And you make it off into a dense glen sort of area off in the woods. And
What the fuck?
I'm gonna have my foot back on and hiss.
I thought you just asked,
I
like,
know I pissed him off, but what did you do?
I just wanted to try and get information about my lineage. I thought it was something small. I thought that's just, it's a court with the king. All I ever heard was he listened to people's problems and helped solve them. And that's my biggest problem.
We are with you now. We can help you solve problems. This is something we should have known about. We could have helped you.
No one can help me with that. No one even, no.
We're
that,
literally sanctioned by the gods to solve problems that no one else can solve. That is why we are here.
okay, well, I didn't know this was a God-sanctioned mission. I'm sorry.
We've told you the whole story.
I didn't know.
It's okay. It's okay.
He's like freaking out.
It's okay. And like looking at him, I understand what it is to grow up and not necessarily know what is happening around you.
Not like I do.
Probably not. But I understand it. I get it. I know what it is to look back at your family and not know exactly what you were looking at. I know. We can help you figure it out. But right now, it is not safe. And I'm very sorry that we didn't think to ask sooner.
I just didn't say anything. I'm sorry. I didn't know he was going to respond like that.
He was a dick from the very first second. It's not your fault.
I'm not good with stuff like that.
I usually am, but he just really pissed me off. I mean, what kind of a king claims to care for his people and claims to be a protector and obviously ignores what's sitting right in front of him?
Someone who's scared of metaphysical.
Oh, I guess. My people are... Don't misunderstand me. My country is not perfect. My people are fucked up. I get it. But I don't understand this. This is beyond me.
Do they show up?
It takes a while.
I
Okay.
have plans.
Probably got it.
So it's about... It takes them quite a bit longer to get to you because they're trying to quietly leave with like horses and stuff like that. So it's probably a good 4 or 5 hours, like nearing sundown, by the time you guys finally have like found Agrod's little like
We're
cave
pretty
over this
well
way.
hidden.
Before we do this commotion, I have to pee. I will be right
Yeah,
back.
go for
I
it.
was like, we're gonna have to talk, and I can't.
Too.
There's a bathroom there and a bathroom there.
I got shit to do.
There we go.
Oh my gosh, this is so great.
I'm so sorry. I had no idea. He just wanted to find out who his papa was.
Oh.
And
Ain't no all coming
Why are you
from me,
on this?
Ain't no all coming from me, brother.
Are you prepared to keep him alive right now? Because
I'm
Steven and I are
not
gonna fucking
joking.
jump him when we get to camp. You
I'm
don't even
not
understand.
joking.
Oh my god.
She has shit.
I have
in
big
it.
desire for this exact same damn reason.
Samson made a
Oh my
promise to
god.
Claudius
For what?
For what?
that if anything he ever did jeopardized the party, it was not going to be good.
Like,
You gonna have to keep his ass alive.
I wanted to get out of Watervale, but that happened real quick, y'all. Like, oh
I
my
made a
God.
note that says, yo, they made him really mad.
Listen, I want you to know, these are what my note says. It says, we talked to the king. It does not go well. Angerad strikes out hard. Tamsin does okay, I guess. Siphine be doing okay or whatever. Claudius fucks everything up. Holy shit, holy shit. Delia remembers Siphine hits and Tamsin run off down an alleyway and soldiers try to hunt down Claudius.
Oh my God.
I want you to know, no lie, it says, Claudius fucks everything up. Holy shit, holy shit. Those are my notes.
Hey, well, I mean, at least there wasn't anything else that we had to do in the city. Like, at least this is a good time
There
for us
were
to come
four
back.
other things that we like. We
There's
were
so
asked
much
to go
we have
talk
in
to
this
one
city.
specific person like 1,000 years ago. I was listening to the recording when we went through fucking Scrabcaster. The butler at what's his face's house was like,
Gordon.
"Yeah, go to no, not Gordon, the other guy,
Stefan.
Stefan was like, go talk to a healer in Watervale. This is her name, and we
Oh
never
my god, we
fucking
never
did that.
did.
I know, then we have Gordon's
And now we
watching,
can't go
then
back
we
to
have back in
Watervale.
That
there.
was important for me.
Now we can't fucking go back to Watervale, dog. Good, good,
Claudius tricky. Well,
good.
No, we were in
We were all
association.
there.
We
None
were
of
all
us were
there.
disguised.
He was with us.
Why the fuck didn't we go in there under fake names and disguise?
Well, because
I have
we
the ability to do that.
I literally
'Cause
went
dumb
into
bitch hours
this going,
24/7.
my name is Marisol. I'm the small
you
woman
club
from
president right
the
there.
lower end. I'm like, they're gonna use cool names. They're gonna have good ideas.
I didn't
Fuck.
think that we would be. I didn't think you would be so.
The
hostile.
rogue who's like, please, for the love of God, please, 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 please.
I
Hi.
did not think he was gonna be so hostile,
To be
and
fair,
then
I don't
everyone
think
just
he
wanted to
would've
jump
been.
this man's throat. How far outside of the city are we?
you're
Away from people.
like you're several miles out.
Okay, so there's
Yeah.
no people around.
No, there's
Great.
no people.
Good. They're not
Glad.
gonna notice when we fucking murder you.
Okay, awesome, great. I have plans. Are we ready?
All right.
Wait, as we approach, I
So
just
we
want to
never
walk
we were
out.
finna do Earl had to die.
The
Chicks.
thing is that Safine is completely calm on the outside. Remember would not be able to tell. No one in the party would be able to tell that she has a bloodlust happening. What'd you say?
Looking for protection magic of any kind.
I have
So,
nothing.
continue
I can
with
fly
your
out of
opening.
melee range, I
Continue
guess.
your
So
opening.
you guys
no, you
just,
sure
you
can,
guys
brother.
just,
What?
no, you guys are
Continue.
in you're in dense trees. Like, this is a dense, thickly wooded area where it's a very small outcropping. Like, we're talking that it's probably like half the size of this room is this, like, this clearing in the trees that the 6 of you are in.
Great, I love that. Am I okay to go?
You do you.
Great.
This
As
is
soon as he comes into vision, I have a small dagger, and I'm gonna throw it at him. But I'm also, after that, going to throw guiding bolt at him as well.
I mean, you gotta roll for
Just
it.
a
Great.
1-2
Like,
punch.
this is, like, you're now in initiative.
Yeah.
Like, go ahead and,
Oh my god.
like, she's rolling against your AC, you're
So
having to roll, like,
I super miss on the knife thing.
I rolled a fucking 21 for initiative.
oh no. Well, like,
No, it was
like,
not.
it was her getting
Okay.
but I'm just saying, like, you guys are, like, in combat right now.
So
Can Tamsin be prepped and ready?
I mean, you do you. This is
This
your,
is
this
Wait,
is
so
your
so a
roleplay
knife
scenario.
flies
A
past him.
knife, like, literally,
then
a knife
a
goes
guiding bolt.
goes just whizzing
Fuck
past
me.
his ear.
And then a freaking, what is that? Hang on, I'm thinking about math. 16.
16 hits.
16 does hit.
So you take
So like I like a
damage.
knife goes past me and then I turn around and just okay.
Just magic.
Wait, hang on. What? Yeah,
Lit the
plus 6.
fuck
So
up.
D6.
Oh my
I
God.
need 2 more D6s, please.
Here, use my own dice again.
Okay. That's gonna be
Damn it. They did not.
5, 6,
Okay.
11, 15 points of damage.
Yeah, so Claudius, you're just like, you see this knife go whizzing past as you can hear people coming in through the trees, and just knife goes past, and as you turn, like, you just can feel this energy just smash into you, and you're just like, that would like halve your HP, wouldn't it, almost?
Third.
Yeah, so you just feel this immense pain radiating across your body.
Angerod's gonna just like
I'm
step
gonna
in front
let
of him.
his
I
down.
I unholster my weapon. I don't load it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I just I just unholster.
I'm letting his
I'm like
down.
in pain. I'm like, no, please, I didn't mean anything. I had no idea.
And I pick my finger
just-
up with Sacred
Yes,
Flame. If you ever put my son in jeopardy for your own idiotic plans, I will kill you.
And he's just like, dude, I
I
was
don't
just
care.
trying to.
I
I had no
don't-
idea he was gonna act like
And
that.
my finger glows with the magic. I don't care about what happened or what you wanted. I don't care.
There was nothing I could do.
Stop talking.
There was nothing I could
Delia's
do.
gonna go.
She lets off
Oh.
sacred flame.
Alright, go ahead and say your plan.
Oh, the Betty White! The
Dex-
Betty White
Dex
classic!
15.
Tamsin was just like,
15 doesn't hit.
It hits?
No, 15 does not hit.
Oh. Okay.
No,
so
I had to roll a
And
dex save.
Angerod's like,
Oh, a dex
I didn't
save.
pass the dex
Oh, okay.
you didn't pass it?
No.
Okay, so then that's gonna be 4 points of damage.
Okay.
this
I
is
mean,
all,
I'm
like,
still. I'm not
over
even
Angerod's
halved.
shoulder.
I'm still okay.
Safine.
I
I'm
don't
just
wanna
like,
talk
it
to
was
you.
a mistake. I didn't know he was
Stop.
gonna be like that.
Talking. I don't care, and I want you to know going forward, if you put my son in jeopardy for anything that you want, I will kill you. Do not speak to me at all. And then she turns off and walks away.
Okay. And Hiss is just like on the ground where you set him, and
And
he's
I'm
just
gonna pick him up and take him with me.
okay, and he's just like, Mama, why's mad?
It's okay, and I put him back in my head.
And you just hear him like clinking with his coins and stuff back there.
That's because of
Delia's gonna walk up to Claudius in his painful state and just go, "You're a real idiot." but I can tell you didn't have very good parents, so that's okay, sweetheart. And she just goes, I don't know if this helps or not, but Here's a candy. And she like gives him a candy and kind of like.
Is it like the fire one?
Yeah. Oh, it's absolutely one of the fire ones.
He loves it. He's a tiefling. He has fire resistance. He thinks it's great.
It still is.
Delia's
It
like,
still is
"Damn
like.
it."
It still is like injection of cinnamon taste into tongue, and then sudden licorice.
And he loves it. He's just like, it's like a tiny little bit of comfort. And so he's just like sitting there, like, stunned.
Good.
Tamsin just
Grandma
goes over
point.
and is like, "You're lucky that Safine got to you first." And then he just walks away.
Where, when you say y'all are walking away,
Further out in the
like,
forest.
like,
Small area.
where are you walking? Because
Just
it's
away
a
from
small,
him,
yeah, like
into the
towards
woods.
the other, like into
Yeah.
the woods, or
Well,
like.
actually, Tamsin goes over and says, "Are you okay?" My accent is not here.
I'm fine. I'm confused. I'm sorry I got angry. I shouldn't have.
Well, you didn't turn the king on us and jeopardize us.
I certainly planned to.
I just wanted to make sure you were all right.
I'm fine. Thank you.
It's good. And then he just snaps.
He's just like
Claudius to look.
sitting. He's just sitting like cross-legged, back up against a tree, just kind of like has no idea what just happened. It was just like a blur for him.
Yeah, me too.
Delia, in her total grandma fashion, is gonna go after Safine like she.
Somebody's upset. Delia, now is not the time. I
But
still
what?
have spell slots left.
She just goes, "I'm not here for you, Safine. I'm here to check on your boy."
Oh, he's fine.
He just
He's
like
been
sticks
through
his
a
head
lot
out.
today.
He's,
She's
we
just
were
doing it
running.
out of
She literally
total care.
beelines away from you. Okay, bye. Thanks for nothing.
And you hear his, we were running!
Yes, you were, little one.
What is Remember doing? Like looking around us.
Remember, like, stomps into camp and just points at Claude. You! And then she turns around and throws her Yukula as hard as she can into a tree so it, like, sticks straight out. And turns back and looks at him and goes, "You fucking!" And then turns back around and slams her shield into a different tree and then just, like, storms off to the campfire and is, like,
she has to
working on
disarm
it.
herself so she doesn't kill him.
Literally, that's not a joke. She is literally throwing weapons as hard as she can into trees and leaving them there.
Safine's dagger is somewhere in the grass that she hasn't.
She's like,
picked
literally,
up.
things are cleaving in half. She's throwing them so hard.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're gonna go ahead and build a campfire here?
Yeah, I'll make a fire.
Safine is off somewhere in earshot for sure, but enough to get away from a bunch of people so that if she had to book her ass back there, she could. But she's just crying. Just straight up crying, clutching his.
And he's like
that's
licking
it.
up tears.
Oh, gross.
It's like cat sandpaper tongue kind of thing, just like worse. It's not very nice at all.
I think you're dealing damage to me, bud. It's real nice, but also, ow.
And he just like lays his head down and he's, why sad?
It's a lot to explain,
Okay.
but it's important since you are 150 years old.
120.
120 years old. I'm sorry. Oh, we'll live long together. That's nice. Anyways, today did not go as planned.
There was yelling.
There's lots of yelling, and there wasn't supposed to be. And then, you know, Teef
Yeah.
is an idiot.
Okay.
And so, he made a decision. I'm not sure what it is, but he made the king very angry.
Oh, yeah, no one knows what happened. They just saw him sprint the fuck out of there.
And he
Okay, deal with
put
this.
you and me and everyone else in danger. And so, I'm not so upset about us being in danger. I'm upset about you being in danger. And I know that you are very strong, but I don't want you to have that problem.
Like getting caught again.
Right, and if they find out that you're a dragon, they will not be very nice to you, and you probably wouldn't be able to get away.
Yeah.
Right, so it's very serious. And I'm sorry I scared you. I'm sure that was not a good experience for you.
Been caught before.
Right, but it's a lot worse here, and I know that's hard to understand. But just know that I love you, and Mom loves you, and Nice Lady and Mom too.
Yeah.
And so, next time I'll probably kill him if he does something like that.
But Mom yells and Mom makes people mad.
But Mom can take care of herself.
And so does Mama.
Yes.
And so does Nice Lady.
Right, but they've never done that when you're with us and you could get caught or hurt.
But you could get caught or hurt.
Right.
So I get them if they get mad and you're there.
Well, one day when you're really big and you can actually eat real people, like you're that big, you know?
Okay.
Then I won't be so angry.
Okay.
When you can defend yourself, which will be a long time from now, then I won't be so angry.
I could defend myself.
You can, you're right. But there was a lot of, you saw how many people. That was a lot of people. I couldn't even do that.
I could do like half.
Right.
Just
You're right.
nukes half the guard.
You're right, you
Maybe
could.
like 5.
You could do half. But there was way more than half.
Yeah.
There was twice as much.
And he just like claw on the face. And he's, it's okay, Mom.
Yeah,
It's okay, Mama.
it is.
It's okay for people.
And I kiss him on the head. It'll be okay.
Okay, but don't kill Teef, cause then you're gonna be sad.
No, I won't.
Okay.
But I do appreciate that sentiment, and you're right. It's wrong to kill people.
Good message.
Parenting mixed signals.
Angerad
Do as I say and not as I do, my son.
Okay.
Angerad would come find you.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I am. I'm like, because she's very shaking. Like, you look at her and she is visibly shaking and like. Safine.
Yes.
I'm sorry that I acted the way that I did with the king. It brought attention that we did not need and I shouldn't have done it.
Yes.
I don't know why I did. I spent my whole life trying not to bring attention. I don't know why I started now.
Can you run that last sentence back for a second? I just need to make sure I heard you right.
Safine, I did not grow up the way I think you think I did. There were circumstances surrounding my birth that made it incredibly dangerous for me to be known. So I was not known for a very long time. My mother spent their whole lives protecting me from people that wished to do me harm. And I am sorry that I put you in that position today.
She just looks at you. She doesn't say anything.
I don't like it.
She just
This
looks.
sucks.
She just looks at you and she takes in a deep breath. I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but I don't care. When everything is said and done, I don't care about you. I don't care about Remember. I don't care about Tamsin or Claudius or Delia. I care about Hiss being alive. That's my first priority. And somewhere you fall in line. And of course I want you to live. But I want his to live.
Understood.
I want our baby to live.
So do I.
I'm gonna put
The
such
fan
sad
art's
music
gonna
to
be
this.
so good.
And she's gonna kneel. I can only ask you to forgive me. And his as well.
To be honest, I don't think his moves any better.
And she just kind of stays. She's not 100% there.
And Sophine just turns just the fuck shit up side to you. And lets you take down that side of her hair.
Actual tears. We're too invested. Yeah.
Side note, I did fuck up my lightning, so I definitely didn't hit you with that lightning. I read my sheet super wrong.
Shh, it's fine.
The guiding
No,
bolt was
you
super
did.
It
You were so mad it fueled your magic. You prayed to your god and he
wrong.
deserved
Manifested
it.
my element.
You were smoked.
He deserved it. You
Yeah.
have been stopped.
So, as you said, you set up the campfire?
Yeah, she's like angrily muttering, and she's like, I don't know if y'all have ever actually heard anybody speak what they speak in Berlin, but she's doing some shit right now that you're like, that might be language. I don't know
Get
if
back,
that's
witch.
language." But it's literally just like angry muttering as she's building the campfire, and it's way too big. It is impractical for the space they're in right now.
Sure.
It is not like, it's a bonfire
It's
at
like
this
when you're
point.
stress
She just-
baking,
she
but
just-
it's a bonfire.
Yeah.
Remember, I like fire. Would you mind making me a small one here? I'm going to start cooking dinner for everyone.
Like, and to cook on the big fire. It's perfectly fucking good enough
And
for
she's
everybody in the
like,
kitchen.
her hands start shaking a little bit, and she's just like, my pots and pans won't fit on it. I'm sorry.
That's it's your alright.
She's like,
It's a really
she's been
good
yelled
reason.
at. She's like, I don't know what to do. Okay, all right. I mean, I'm old. God damn it.
Lest you forget.
Also, I just want you to know, whatever that is that you pick like an under category to be good at, she chose cooking because she's a grandma.
Yes.
So get ready with my cooking utensils.
I love
Let's
it.
do this.
So Remember is going to take her shield and essentially just scoop embers into her shield and walk it over a couple feet and drop it, and then start like cleaving entire branches off of the trees that are around them to throw on top of the bonfire. It's too
Her
fucking
eyes are
big.
just like,
They're gonna be able to see it, and it's not gonna be good enough. Just like dampening down the bonfire.
she's just gonna cook up, take a couple of ingredients from her rations, like pull apart different things that were parts of it, like, oh, it's a sandwich. No, it's not. Like, oh, look, meat. Now it's a stew. Okay. And so she's just like this. She like lets it boil. She walks around to the stream, gets some water, like little random herbs, just. And then she, after maybe like an hour or two, she goes really softly, just ding, ding, ding. There's some food for your angry stomachs. And also you. Eat food or I will bring it to you and force you to eat it. I am also upset if you cannot tell. Eat the food!
You see his like trot out of the shadows coming
He
into
does,
me.
like Kepler run.
Yes, and she's already got his like little bowl for him set out. And she goes,
He's
come
exactly
sit
like
with
that.
me while I eat his. I'll tell you a story.
Aw.
And then she just sits there and like eats with him. Yeah, they're just eating at the campfire.
Very wholesome.
Having a good little quiet moment while everyone's mad.
Sam's just gonna go over and sit next to you.
Good. She just goes, how hungry are you?
That looks good. Thank you. It smells delicious.
It's like this very earthy tasting stew, maybe,
Delicious.
with like pre-cooked meat from the sandwiches she had brought.
Yeah.
But like, it's good for just
It's
nothing.
a goulash.
You're welcome. But yeah, it's just very plain, and she's got like a little bit of cheese, maybe a couple of berries. Not enough for everyone, just like 5 or 10, maybe.
Very interesting. So, despite the happenings of today, I plan to be able to come back to the city. And as
Wild! I love it.
somebody who knows people who get things in and out, are you knowledgeable in getting in and out discreetly?
People, you mean?
Yes.
You could say that, sure. It depends on what exactly you'd want to be doing. I can't.
I mean,
do
I
magic
don't
for you.
expect
She
the
kind of
king-
chuckles after today's nonsense.
Yeah, that I don't think would be required, but and I don't think the king would come after me per se, so I think that's okay. For now.
Bold.
But
Bold
Excellent
of you
choice.
to assume.
better to be safe than sorry, you know.
Absolutely, I understand. That's kind of what I deal in is stealth.
Yes.
Rogue.
Yes, and perhaps if we can indeed rescue Rina and harm has not fallen upon her before we can get to her, she could be helpful in that as well.
I do believe so, but I tried to keep a positive manner with your friends, to keep morale high, but
It's
I
working.
had to
That's where I was at
Pretty
all
difficult.
Yeah, she goes, I'm sorry, but this is going to be a very slim chance of this working successfully. I don't have any prior knowledge, neither does the rest of us, on what awaits us on the inside. I don't want you to be underprepared.
I agree 100%, and I too would like to be far more prepared than we are, but we have what we have, and well, if fate chooses to help, perhaps we'll be able to save her.
Fate has come in handy many times in my life.
As in mine.
She's a very nice lady.
I don't know if fate has a gender.
Oh, she does.
Oh, okay.
She's very sweet. In any case, Hist, how was your soup? He's also sitting here.
His whole head is like covered in it because he's just too tired to go back to boy
Oh,
form.
buddy.
So he keeps like dunking his head in to bite whichever.
Tamsin's
piece
gonna
is-
go and scoop him up.
He
I
goes,
just kind of like hold him.
and he's like, "Hi, Mama, too."
Hello there. So, there's something you should know about humans. Well, most beings in general. A lot of times they can do some very stupid stuff. But nonetheless, for the most part, yeah, they still pretty much suck, but they can do some good every now and then. So just don't hate them too much.
And he like reaches up a claw. Mama, too. Oh, I'm older than you.
Yes, I forget that sometimes. I'm sure you have even far greater wisdom than I can imagine.
Yeah.
Right. Well, perhaps someday you'll share some of that wisdom with me.
Almost confirmed.
Yeah, maybe one day you'll ask.
You know,
Real talk though, real talk.
that is a very true statement.
That was a fucking DM move, swindle move, just like whoop, whoop, right there. No.
But I don't want to trouble you
She's
now
doing
because you
story
seem like
jujitsu
you
with
need
our
some
bodies
sleep.
right now. She's like, get your nerve cluster.
Heavy
idiots."
ass episode. I'm sweating.
Cluster
Let's
idiots.
go.
So then Tamsin's gonna like take him over, just being like, I think he's fallen asleep.
She's
he,
gonna
like,
grab
opens
your
an
arm
eye and
and
he's like-
hand you a bowl of soup to take with you. Just
And then he brings you the bowl of soup.
You're still with me, right? Okay.
two bowls
I
of
bring
soup.
2 bowls of soup and him. And just kind of like, he seemed tired, and these are from.
I see him
Yeah.
opening one eye and I'm like,
If you
Choice. Go ahead.
altogether, it's kind of interesting. Just drink it down pretty quickly.
It's food.
It's food.
And I take it and I let Hiss down. I get like a little branch and like razz it back and forth so he has something to play with.
By the way, Sabine, nice shot earlier. And then turns and walks
So as we're sitting there, I do like, oh,
So dog.
don't taste it. Do not taste it.
It's not like bad, it's just very earthy.
It's just not good.
You just see from across the yard, she's just like,
It's my cooking. And I just
"You're welcome for the rations."
I give a thumbs up. I'm like, it's really
And she goes, she has no idea. She's just like, yes. God.
We don't say anything. But we'll sit there for a little while.
Angra would have waited to start eating until you and his had eaten.
You know, I'm calmer now. I do care about you.
I'm glad. I care about you too. About everybody.
It's almost like almost dying 80 times with somebody for the last 30 days will do that for you.
Yeah. It is odd. I've only ever really had my mothers that I cared about like this. I don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah, me neither. I'll warn you, I'll probably say more things that I'll regret later on. It's the Tardothian way.
Yes.
So I care about you.
I'm not exactly the most subtle person in the world, so I'll probably deserve it a time or two.
Tamsin is gonna set up a perimeter with like some like rope and like chimes or something like that, just to kind of create like a
Does he have chimes?
not chimes. I think it was bells.
We bought bells.
Yeah, we used bells, not chimes, and just kind of set up
we
the
do.
kind of a safety perimeter around us, and kind of just so like because we're gonna be camping there for the night, and we just want to make sure that we're safe and people don't sneak up on us.
Okay.
And then he's probably gonna lay out and make a little sleeping area for himself and fit some and lay there contemplating his interaction with fate and why he's here doing this.
I want to squeeze this in as dinner comes to a close. I'm going to set a bowl down next to Claudius and go, even after you've had a stupid day, you can still grow. And then goes, and then she walks over to Remember with the like bucket
the rest
of
of the
stuff
bucket.
and goes,
Yes!
I'm sorry if this is offensive. I don't know how much you eat. You're very large.
Just picks it up in one hand.
And she goes, oh good, I got the portion right. Yes! And she like scribbles
Makes
it down.
It's fucking delicious. What you put in this?
She's like, nature.
Alright.
And she tosses one of the candies to you too. She's like, I like these two. Good lord, they don't have too many emotions.
Right?
He doesn't touch it or even look at her.
I don't like this.
He
right?
emptied the chamber of his revolver, and so for like he's just sitting there, cross-legged, leg back in his tree.
She goes, eat your soup. As she walks back
done-
out, like,
Claudius is contemplating.
All the like social progress he made since he joined the group was just obliterated.
Catch me giving a fuck. Catch me giving a fuck.
buddy.
Catch me giving a fuck. Thank you.
Wait for Sierra
Try it
to get
again,
back.
my Therial.
So you have set up a perimeter.
That was
Yes.
the first time I've cried in game, y'all.
Yeah.
Real
Your
good.
feelings.
Okay.
Haven't
So-
done that before.
Sierra,
So
we
what
learned
do
that
y'all-
Reagan eats food, or Remember rather eats food.
No, it's fine. We're one and the
Serving
same.
size of 1 bucket.
Oh.
She gave Remember the rest of the pot that she was cooking soup.
I was
Did
like,
no
I
one
don't know how
ask what
much to
happened?
feed you.
Hell no!
No one's asked.
Fine.
No one's asked. So
Well, I mean, we were alone for 4 hours. I think I probably would have asked you at some point.
That's up to you. Like, would you have
Ask what happened.
would Angrad have said like what exactly happened in the? Because she kind of did.
Well,
she
he
kind of
said
was
that.
like, what happened? And he was like, oh
He was
well,
looking for his paw.
I was like trying to figure out. Like I thought you asked the king
Paw.
questions. So like that was kind of the extent of what was asked of him, but no one really asked like the details of like what did you say or anything like that.
Well, we did hear the guards weren't being quiet. We
No,
heard
not
the
at
guards
all.
were saying.
No, the guards were not being quiet.
Delia's high key gonna keep that on the DL. Why did I say that?
But
Because she's dealt with so many people trying to hide secrets from other people that she's like, no one needs to know that. He'd share if he wants to tell.
so what are you doing after you've set up the perimeter and like the fires are starting to like fade down to embers?
So as we walk back into the
Yoga
camp,
mat.
I will kind of like take Safine's hand, squeeze it real quick, and then go over to Claudius
Okay.
and sit in front of him.
Doesn't look up really. He's just kind of spinning the chamber of the revolver.
You know?
Claudius, we need to know exactly what you said and what happened, so that it doesn't happen again.
Who's we? You?
I will not. If there is something that you wish to tell me in confidence, then I will do my best to keep it as long as it does not put the group in danger. But we as a group need to know what happened. This caused us to flee a city. A very important city. We need to know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Was that sarcasm I detected?
Is she the only one around?
It's up to the rest of the group on how they're.
Safine's still by the tree.
Like, keep in mind, this is a very, like, it is small area. Like, we're talking, like, half this room, very dense trees.
But
I'm
I
just
would
sitting in
I
the
would have
middle
purposely
pretending
kind
to
of
sleep.
positioned myself so that I was sitting towards you with my back to the rest of the group, if possible. So like keeping it between us.
Okay, so remember Temsin? Temsin's like going around very carefully setting up bells as like remembers 2 paces behind him, still like, fucking can't believe fucking shit. And she's just like angrily stabbing posts in with like sharpened
So he
bits.
can like continue
And they're,
to.
like, so they're just like she's following along behind Temsin, who's doing very meticulous work with like spikes and like dragging them into the ground, like right behind what he's done.
Well, maybe we should wait for the others to finish the.
Is that perimeter around me, or do I need to come in for that?
You would have to come in for
Okay,
that.
I'll come in just inside.
When you come back in, remember, you okay?
Yeah.
Temsin
Alright.
like
Yeah.
intentionally goes like knowing that she's kind of outside the main area. He kind of like deviates and goes out around her
It's just
little
like a
area,
little belly button around her.
and just like sets up a little perimeter around her little like cove area as well, and then goes back to the main area
Thanks, Temsin.
after going
Delia's
back in.
literally in the very center of the campground with her yoga mat laid out and like her little rest of her crap underneath her, and she's just,
I will say
the stars are beautiful tonight. There's not a damn thing she can see. It's just trees.
it might be wise. It might be wise to
The boughs of the tree. It's like, beautiful.
If anyone wants to listen, I'm only going to say this once.
The rest of this campaign is going to be Angeron desperately trying to keep him alive, and the rest of the party not caring if he
tell me
dies.
first and let me disseminate the information. But no, sure, go ahead. Talk to the people who want to kill you. It's fine.
his like lifts his head up.
You want to go, baby?
He's gonna say stuff. Tifa's gonna say stuff.
I let him down to go.
And then he looks over at Temsin. Mama too gonna say stuff?
I'm going to listen.
Okay. And then he like scampers over.
I'll put my hand out and he can come sit with me.
He actually doesn't go to sit on you. He actually sits right beside you.
He's like,
And
older.
I'm my own person.
And
He's going up.
And unlike how he normally like curls up in a little circle or something, he actually lays very much like a dragon would. Like his tail kind of curled around,
noble boy.
legs crossed in front, and his wings kind of like go up and stretch, and then are loosely tucked around his body.
He's growing.
And he's got
He's
like
a
his
prince.
little head up.
Young prince, young prince. Young prince. He's a little duke.
I told my mom, hey, by the way.
Young prince. It just fits him.
Fits him
Did
like
Safine and
What?
Remember come up or no?
Hell no,
No.
sorry.
Are our horses and stuff inside this small space as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've
Excellent
got
choice.
They have a whole
Beautiful.
system. Like, especially going through Guran, they have, like, especially
Yeah,
remember
we did a lot of
Tetsun.
traveling where like we
Yeah.
had to like set up camp in a tight
I'm
space.
just thinking about the size
I
of half
appreciate
this
it.
room, and you're like, yep. And we have all of you, and a dragon, and a dog, and
That's where
horses,
Safine's
and
sitting.
a rhino. Good.
Alright, Angerod, you bothered to ask, so I'll talk to you. But you can't tell the others, you just have to tell them to talk to me.
We can all
No,
hear
Tamsin
you.
is there.
Oh, they're all there? That's what I was asking.
Yeah, they're all like,
No,
they're
I
all
asked if
in-
you're coming. You said hell no.
Well, they're in the area, but
Okay.
they're not coming over to Claudius.
Okay, but
Yeah.
he knows they all can hear.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Tamsin gets a bit closer.
Okay, cool.
Tamsin listening.
There is no grand
Grand
secret or conspiracy or darkness. Well, maybe there's some darkness. There's just one fool who has never lived until now. I was born to 2 human parents. And no one knows how that happened. But you can imagine how they reacted when their sweet baby boy had red skin, wings, and horns. So
They went to some kinky shit.
I was told, I have no idea, that I was immediately sent to the orphanage. And that's where I grew up, if you can call getting chased at and yelled at and beaten up and your horns clipped off and filed down every day as a growing up. Suppose that's why I'm so quick. And if I managed to get a book or two, I would find some company in that. And of course, no one wanted me. So I turned 15. And if you're 15 at the orphanage, the slave traders come. And maybe a bronze later, you're shipped off to the mine. After 10 years of hard labor at the Newcastle mine, I was creating a new tunnel, and I discovered some black powder, and I held up my candle to see what it was, and it went off, and the whole mine exploded and collapsed, and the entire town with it, and every soul in the town except me. Being the only tiefling, I was right at home in the fire. And that was about 6 months ago. I don't know how people work. I don't know how towns work. I don't know how kings work. I don't know how conversations work. I know how running works. I know how bullies work. And I know how pain feels, and that's about it. And so I was just trying to get an answer to the only question I've ever had of who's my family and why didn't they want me. And I didn't know that kings don't want to help people. And that's all there is. The rituals are just things I developed in the orphanage to focus myself when I was too scared. The poetry is just from books I read. The wings, who the hell knows where that came from. The gloves, jacket, all this I found after the explosion. And I was on the road after inventing my firearm from the idea from the explosion. And then I got picked up by slavers again. We got ambushed on the road, so I flew up high and passed out, and then a group found me on the road, and that sums it up.
Thank you for telling me.
So, that's why I had a foolish question for the king, and he saw fit to arrest me for God knows why. The moment I mentioned Newcastle, I had no idea why. He tried to arrest me, so I ran. I just thought he was supposed to help me.
Normally they do.
Yeah, so
This is just not a good country for that.
yeah, that's all it is.
Well, thank you for your honesty. I appreciate it. And I will tell you, you can overcome your upbringing. And there are places where you can be safe.
Well, it wasn't really an upbringing, it was more survival. So,
You can overcome that too.
if you can call that living.
And you hear a tree branch crack above you.
Above us?
Mm-hmm.
Look up.
Perception check.
Yeah, let's say perception. She's gonna kick us while we're down, y'all.
Nope.
Natural 20!
24!
20, not nat, but 20.
2? Alright.
I'm really invested in this conversation.
So, yeah, so the two of you kind of talking, you like distantly hear something, but it's above you. Like, what's gonna be above you? But the others, you guys, like, your heads snap up and you see Oak sitting on a branch. And their wings are back and they kind of cock their head and, well, what the hells did you all do?